So about 5 minutes ago, I was sitting inside the car and my husband and I were talking about like how like going back to the good days of when we were younger and you had a specific person inside of your neighborhood who used to sell candy. Like you can go to the candy lady house and, it went from her just selling candy to all of a sudden her selling pickles and hot food, some fries, some nachos, um, all the different things that the candy lady, but never really heard of a candy man inside the neighborhood. But maybe that's due to the horror stories of actual, the Candyman. But anyway, we were just sitting here talking about that and, just reminiscing about the fact that like how times used to be a lot easier. And I even like shared with him that when I did know about a candy lady inside of one of my friends' neighborhoods, she ended up having to shut down her house because it got to a point to where people just started being stupid. And, they ended up breaking into her house and stealing all the candy and stuff like that. But I thought that was so nostalgic because, when you think back to those days when life was so easy, and, he was just saying how we know for a fact that back then, the amount of money that we used to spend on going to the candy lady, like we were literally paying their rent for them. Like, by buying so much candy and like the ices. And we were talking about how the fact that like a lot of the candy ladies, they used to like just use Kool-Aid and water, of course. And then, you stretch that out inside of those little white foam cups. And then, you break off the cups and then like you sucking on the icy and all of that stuff. Like how life was so simple back then and how we didn't have all of these bills and extra stuff to worry about. But, now it's like, anything that you pretty much like can do on the side to be able to bring in income, to be able to have some type of residual income coming in. The government has pretty much ended or made it into a bad thing to be able to find other ways to provide for your family because they want the taxes on it. Like now, I'm not sure if, any other neighborhoods or whatever has a candy lady or somebody inside the neighborhood who does stuff like that. Like you barely ever see the ice cream trucks anymore because it's like the government has pretty much like stopped all possibilities to be able to make some type of form of fun income because they want to take it. Like, but yeah, I thought that was so nostalgic of having the memories of going back and remembering like how fun that was and how fun that must have been for the candy ladies to have like all of these kids coming to their house and buying the candy. And generally speaking, you could talk to the candy lady about absolutely anything. Like I miss those times and I wish that I can go back and I wish that I could like at that time really appreciate the time that I had as a kid and how fun it actually was.